turn this into something positive and maybe it'll spread.
He's the most positive person on his job.
Now you're cured.
I feel good.
Good morning and welcome to Positively Milwaukee. A local woman has a calling that comes from the heart. She's putting the good back into the world, all while serving Milwaukee.
I think people are hurting.
Just one reason why Gina Nigro opened this small shop with big hopes. Welcome to Greater Good MKE.
So we're just a teeny tiny little neighborhood pay what you can produce store.
This retired flight attendant wanted to offer neighbors in need a place to connect and pay what they could afford for fresh food.
Neighbors have been coming in. Some have paid more, some paid less. Some have come back with recipes that they made with fruits and vegetables that they'd never seen before.
And so far, positive reaction from neighbors. Clients love this option to get or share healthy food. It's a shop that feels warm and inviting.
Amazing feedback. Yeah, the church across the street from me gifted me some money to help pay for my rent.
Nigro thought about this concept after volunteering at local food pantries.
They offer such a good, service to our community. The one thing that they don't have is fresh produce. Fresh produce is hard to navigate.
And Greater Good MKE gives respect to those in need.
I just think it offers a different kind of dignity to people that are coming in. Some people pay a little bit more, some people pay a little bit less.
Nigro says she was motivated by a higher power.
He kind of just started opening doors for this. I had kind of an idea in my mind, and then he just started opening doors and asking me to step through.
It was a tragedy in her own life that made Gina Nigro more determined to lift others.
About 10 years ago, my husband died suddenly, and my world pretty much came crashing down. I was surrounded by people of faith, people who loved me and helped the boys and me get back on our feet. I've learned that God is my rescuer.
And she's always remembered the wisdom of her husband's mother.
My mother-in-law was the one that told me, this can make you bitter or this can make you better, and you'll have that choice.
Nigro's choice is clear. She was made better as she extends love to all.
Some people have to go through hard times alone, and I just want them to know that, there's somebody here and that their neighbors care about them. I know it's just fruits and vegetables, but I think it's more than that. I want them to know that God loves them. If we can offer just a little bit of hope here, that there's a better story, that people will and want to share what they have for their neighbors, I think that it's worth it. So far, I can see God working.
And important humanity there. For more information on Greater Good MKE, go to our Positively Milwaukee Facebook page. We have a link to her store. During Black History Month, we are highlighting Black excellence. Our Taylor Lumpkin tells us about one woman committed to helping young women find the power within.
For the past 3 years, Mikkel Daniels has dedicated her life to helping young women reach their fullest potential despite the challenges that may stand in their way, while also ensuring that each and every girl glows from the inside out.
I've been through everything that I've been through so I can be here today.
In the heart of the neighborhood where she grew up, Mikkel Daniels has created a hub where disadvantaged youth in the community can come in feeling broken and in despair and leave feeling empowered and supported.
I encourage every girl that I know to get into the group. Every time they have any type of issues, any type of self-esteem problems, I'm like, I'm in a group. And you should join.
Since its inception in 2017, Glow 414 Inc. has become a place where young women can come to learn critical skills that will help them, in turn, become successful adults. But what exactly does Glow 414 stand for?
Girls learning to become outstanding women.
And outstanding women have they become. From learning how to apply for a job and building credit to addressing self-confidence issues and mental health, anyone who walks through Glow 414's doors has had their life changed in one way or another.
I was very shy, and Miss Daniels really opened me up. If I hadn't been Miss Daniels, I wouldn't be doing good. I know that.
Thank you.
you guys for joining me.
Every day, Daniels and her team of mentors meet with one goal in mind: to come up with new and innovative ways to better connect with the girls that they serve.
Besides that Glow to Inspire group, we have Wednesday nights. We also have that one-on-one time, so then they are able to work on like their personal goals.
But it doesn't stop there. Recently, Daniels revealed her newest project, where she now will provide transitional housing to young adults who will not only have a place to stay, but will also have the opportunity to take classes to prepare themselves for the future.
That is just another platform for them to transition to that next level. They will get that essential need of learning how to budget and credit repair and things like that.
Since launching the nonprofit, Daniels and her team say they've seen their hard work pay off with a number of young women that they've mentored.
I used to just talk to her because she reminded me so much of myself, and she recently just graduated from cosmetology school and she has her own shop now. What? That is amazing.
They do want to push themselves to be the best that they can, and Miss Daniels, she pushes them.
And no matter how tired or discouraged she may feel at times, Daniels says she will always show up for her girls because they always show up for her.
The ones you don't think are hearing you, they are hearing you. They are listening. They just need to know someone will always have their back. I always tell myself, Mikkel, all you got to do is make it to that building, because you know that them girls are going to give you life, and they do it every time, every time.
With great support. Daniel says there is a wait list for the organization, but you can still sign up, and they're hoping to add more girls in May. Way to go. Well, this harsh winter has been tough for a lot of people to get outside, but photojournalist Paul Marble took a road trip to Lake Geneva, and he found some folks who say it's all how you look at it.
You know, it's Wisconsin, it's winter time, it's going to be cold. You want to get outside.
Lake Geneva is always bustling. There's lots of people here. There's lots of activities.
People still want to get out of the house. And so Lake Geneva is a great destination. It's close enough that you can come for the day, you can come for the weekend.
What do you think about today? Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Not only was the drive beautiful coming down here today, but just the area here is just beautiful.
Like, they're going stir crazy, so it's nice to be able to get out and get something a little different.
And they absolutely love anything to do with winter, and so this is just another form of it. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is, and we have a lot of beauty in Wisconsin. Still ahead on Positively Milwaukee, we're going to take you to a local golf center that is curing cabin fever, helping people make the best out of our winter deep freeze. Welcome back to Positively Milwaukee. I am thrilled to report a new weekly venture on Facebook that is Positively Milwaukee.
Hello, Facebook friends. I'm Carole Meekins, and welcome to our debut of Lunch with Carole. I'm so excited.
Wednesday, I'm going to be talking to various people from the community doing great things. My first guest was one of Milwaukee's treasures, Andrea Williams from Jammin' 98.3, and you might have seen her on the Morning Blend. She fills in once in a while. And if you want to meet people spreading joy, light, and love, join me every Wednesday afternoon at 12:30 for Lunch with Carole Meekins. One thing that's really positive, we are a hardy bunch in Wisconsin, and some local golfers and golf centers are taking a swing even though it's not spring. Here's our Lance Allen.
Even in 5-degree weather, Moreland Road Golf Center is busy.
I hear it every day. You know, this is what they look forward to. They're smiling when they get here. They're smiling while they're practicing. They're smiling while they're leaving. They're thanking us for being open. In turn, we're thanking them for keeping us open.
Are they just crazy?
No, you'd be surprised. I think they're the smart ones. I mean, the wintertime, there's not a lot to do, especially with the COVID environment. So if you can have an opportunity to get outside and practice a game you love, I think they're the smart ones.
It just takes a little planning.
Keeping your golf clubs in your house before you come here. Checking the weather, checking the wind direction. We face east, so anything but an east wind, we're comfortable.
And it's good for your game.
Taking 3 months off for the game that's probably the most difficult game I've ever played, it's a challenge.
But as with any Wisconsin winter, it is harsh on equipment.
For the most part, we have the field in good condition to pick, but it got a little drifty in the back end and I got stuck. And as I was trying to get out, I snapped the picker. And so it took me about a half hour and A lot of these guys here were having fun watching me try to flounder out there and get it repaired.
You gotta love that. Now, if you can brave the cold and go to the store, you'll be able to help families. We only have 1 week left in our TMJ4 community baby shower. Now, because of the pandemic, we are not collecting supplies in person this year. Instead, we are asking that you donate at a checkout. And if you can get to your favorite Century store, you can do that. Most Prized Possession Services is one of the agencies that will get supplies from your generosity. Our Susan Kim talked to the founder about the need.
Most Prized Possession is a passion project for you. What were you finding that was not available in the community that you felt that you could fill a need with when you started this project?
I am looked at as a big sister to my clients. So I always try to tell them the situation that you're in, I could have been in, I might be in. So I try to give them the best advice. I find that now, because we don't really have as much face-to-face, we talk more on the phone. They text me a lot more now. And it's not all about business. I try to I can't be in their personal space. I can't give them hugs and I can't sit and cry with them, but they're definitely welcome to call me whenever. And we sit and talk on the phone and try to think, strategies to how to get out of situations.
With the pandemic, how have you had to pivot to still be able to provide services for these moms?
So we still provide transportation for them back and forth to doctor's appointments when needed. A lot of my clients sit behind me instead of sitting next to me, just try to keep the distance as much as possible. I can only help one baby or a small baby in the car with us, not a family of 4 or anything like that. So, just kind of keep them safe, keep me safe. When we do home visits, we try to do it from a distance.
Well, Barbara Holt with Most Prized Possession Services, thanks so much for your time and for everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, community, so much. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Susan. And if you can find it in your heart to give to the baby shower, visit tmj4.com. You can find a Century location near you. And we want to say thank you to all of the wonderful people who have already donated. Still ahead, we have reasons to smile. But before we go, take a few seconds and breathe in this, the splendor of Lake Michigan, captured by Brian Slauson Photography in Port Washington. They are young, ambitious, and they sit in powerful positions. As part of TMJ4's Black History Month, Charles Benson sat down with Common Council President Cavalier Johnson, County Executive David Crowley, and Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. They shared a common journey from humble beginnings to high-profile jobs.
I didn't know what to expect when all three agreed to sit down for a conversation.
How many knew that you were going to be in public life as a young kid?
I knew the answer to that one. Chevy's been running since kindergarten.
They share more than just a few laughs and fashionable shoes. Their walk into public life has several shared experiences. Cavalier Johnson, David Crowley, and Mandela Barnes are all MPS graduates, born and raised in Milwaukee, including living at times in the city's 53206 zip code, known for the highest incarceration rate of black men in the country.
What challenges did you have to overcome, and did you think people would not see you as a leader and a politician?
I think just being young and a person of color in one of the most segregated places in the country is a challenge within itself.
Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley is the first elected African American to run the county. He was drawn to politics and policy issues during a life-changing moment as a teenager.
It was really introduced to me as a young person, a junior in high school, when I was recruited to be a part of Urban Underground, which literally saved my life. It introduced me to things outside of the norm, taking me outside of my comfort zone, taking me outside of the city and outside the state to learn about best practices.
Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes broke barriers when he became the first to win his job at the state capitol, something that didn't seem possible when he was a young boy.
Lost friends to gun violence, having lost friends and family members to criminal justice system, to addiction. This is the reality, and it's oftentimes the things that will prohibit or prevent someone from ever considering a life of public service.
Common Council President Cavalier Johnson, nicknamed Chevy, had similar life-changing moments.
I remember, being in fourth grade and sitting on the porch. I think at the time we lived on 21st Street between, just south of Clark, and thinking to myself, man, I want better for myself and my family than what I see around me.
All three will tell you their success did not come without setbacks.
There are a number of things, including, before becoming president and alderman even, running for office and losing a couple of times. Mandela will know because he was my campaign manager in my first election.
Blame that on me.
I'm not blaming it on him. I'm not blaming it on him, but I mean, he was there, is what I'm saying.
Crowley also lost his first election.
When I lost, it was a gut check. But 30 days later, I ended up announcing that I was going to run for state representative and won that seat in a three-way primary with over, 55% of the vote. And that helped reignite, that fire within me.
With success, all feel the responsibility of paying it forward.
You are the mentors now. People look to you. So, Lieutenant Governor, do you feel a sense of responsibility?
Absolutely. Absolutely feel a sense of responsibility. Because there are so many kids who grew up in neighborhoods like ours who have never seen a person who looked like them or shared their experiences having a chance to be in the highest positions of leadership.
Before running for office, they found themselves competing for the same job. But these days, they see each other as allies and good friends.
I want them both to know that I got their back. And I say
on the record. Because
and when I say I got their back,
I got to clarify the statement.
I think all of us can agree that there have been times in our lives where we were either the youngest person in the room, we were the only black person in the room, we were the only person from an inner city in the room, and we constantly had to go in and prove ourselves every single time.
And they're all succeeding in their own way. If you'd like more stories on celebrating Black excellence in Milwaukee, visit teamj4.com/Black History. Well, this winter, we all know, has been tough on a lot of snow blowers. James Groh tells us about a mechanical guru who's been giving snow movers TLC and their owners a reason to smile.
Greg Ryan, who's affectionately known in Milwaukee as the River West snowblower guy,
kind of like it,
has had a record-setting year.
I've probably given away, 50 snowblowers this season already. It's not so stressful as opposed to sometimes I don't think I have enough time in the day to fix all the machines out there.
Greg is a small engine mechanic.
Sometimes they just start right up.
People give their broken or old snowblowers to him, and he fixes them up.
And I'll clean out the carburetor, and it'll probably start.
Then he donates them to anyone who needs it. He's been doing this for years.
All right, lights, camera, action.
These days, his garage is almost always filled with snowblowers.
I mean, I have enough people that want them that I could get rid of them in an hour. I'll be walking down the street, and they'll say, "You're the snowblower guy," and they say it with love.
Greg doesn't do this for the attention. He does it for his neighbors.
The thing that I really like is when I give a snowblower out and the recipient snowblows out their neighbor.
Probably give it to somebody tomorrow, which is great.
Help your neighbors out. This is a community effort. I'm part of the community, you're part of the community. Let's make this a community effort.
And don't think he stops working once the winter is over.
I'm okay with being the snowblower guy, but give me a couple of months and then I'll be the lawnmower guy.
I like his ability. We need it. Well, while we humans might not be built for this weather, some animals are embracing it. Check out Mila at the Milwaukee County Zoo. She's a 9-month-old snow leopard. The name actually honors the Cubs' grandmother and the importance of their genetic lines. Beautiful animal. And we have another story of golfing in the cold. Look at it. These brave and serious folks had no fear of the snow and cold on Milwaukee Lake. They played a game of ice golf. Now, this is all part of an autism fundraiser. It took place at Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Here's organizer Tim Harris.
And it was just something fun to do in the middle of winter, to get out and about, and set up a course and have fun.
More than 24 people raised $6,300 for the Autism Society of Southeastern Wisconsin. And guess what? In the last 6 years, they have raised more than $60,000 for the cause, a tradition that's giving other people a lot of hope. I'm going to be back with my quote of the week, so don't go away. And we'd like to give a positive shout out to students at Milwaukee Scholars Charter School in Milwaukee. I was happy to speak to them virtually for Black History Month, and they asked some intelligent questions. A pleasure to remind them to take their studies, their teacher, and their school seriously. Well, every week I love to leave you with an inspirational message. This week's comes from Dr. Carter G. Woodson, the founder of Black History Month. He said, "Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history." So just think about that for a minute. And thank you for spending a Sunday morning with us. Have a great week and stay positively Milwaukee.